Hello, my name is Dave Ratt, and I'm going to do some more headphone testing. If you haven't seen the other videos I've been doing, I'm looking for the ultimate live sound headphones. This is the second part of the video where we're going through and checking low frequency waveforms and levels. First, we're going to do these HD 280s. Good enough. Alright, we're a little lower in volume. Now here, let's go ahead and bring it up. Look at that, the waveform's definitely got some curving to it. We're seeing harmonics already at our 100 cycle. We're seeing harmonics all the way up at 315, so that's about 3 octave, octave and a half up. And as we go down to 90, we've got some rattling, we've got some gain back, 80. I mean, these are not looking good. We're definitely overdriving these. But what I found that's interesting about these, let's check this out. If I take and rest them up against something, just touching the back of the headphones themselves against something that's got some mass to it, watch the waveform. I'm just barely touching that. So now, if I bring that down to the level while holding this on here as evenly as I can, I'm going to put it up against this. Almost lost my mic there. Now let's go ahead and do it. Our waveforms are maintaining, and I'm actually going to drop the level some because the 100 was a bit low. Let's go ahead and use this as our reference level. And down to 20 cycles. Now we have a pair of headphones that's looking quite good. When I press with my finger, we get a sine wave, but it's not that pretty. It still isn't coming up to full, but if I use a rigid object, it comes up to full volume. Okay, so here's the Sennheiser HD 25-1 and up to 100 Hertz. Tune these down. These were actually a bit low in volume, and I had cranked them up. So it's looking pretty good, a nice sine wave. Now let's go ahead and drop it on down. And we're losing level. We lost about a volt going down to 90. Lost another almost a half a volt at 80, 70, 60, 50, 40, 30, and 20 cycles. Not looking that great, but being that these are Sennheisers as well, you know, I decided to check that same thing I saw with the 280s. At 100 cycles, where we're getting level, I don't see much of a difference. Look at that. Now if I just hold it, I hope you can see it here, I am barely touching. I'm using a Sennheiser mic as well. This is an MD413U. Quite a nice mic. I haven't seen a lot of them running around there in the real world. Look at that. I am barely touching this to there. Now let's hold that on there. Look at that. That right there, 60 cycles. 50, and we make it easily down to 50. At 40 we're down, and 30 we kind of fall apart, and 20. So I've done a little bit of research on this. Let's go ahead and check this out with the other measurement mic and see if that same effect is occurring inside. Alright, I've got a measurement here. I'm trying to seal it off as best I can. Grab this mic, and at that frequency, no, but not quite as dramatic on the head as it was with the others, but still it's there. Okay, so take that as you will. I am noticing that both these and the 280s have fairly light. These are fairly lightweight headphones. I think that every action has an equal opposite reaction. The diaphragm's moving. These lightweight headphones are vibrating out of phase and canceling out some of the sound there. All right, let's give these Denons a shot. These Denons are interesting because even if I push on the shell, it doesn't change it much. And using a firm object, it doesn't alter the response. So the shell is rigid. We don't have a problem with that. Our level's good. I'm dropping down. We still have a pure sine wave. We're not seeing significant harmonics. A little bit of subharmonic, but we're still clean, both in the waveform and the harmonics. We're at 70, 60. Seeing a little distortion there, seeing a little subharmonic. 50, we got the subharmonics coming in, but we've still got almost exactly the same level we had at 100 cycles. Going down to 40, we really haven't dropped much level. 30, the waveform is still relatively clean. And 20 cycles. At 20 hertz, we see a relatively clean sine wave, and not hearing any serious artifacts. In fact, check this out. We'll go down to 15 cycles. And at 15 cycles, we are about 1, 2, 3 divisions. We're about 6 dB down, half the voltage at 15 cycles. It is beginning to triangle wave a bit, but that is a full step above anything else I've tested. The winner of today's adventure is the Denon AHD2000s. Awesome headphones. They sound great, they look great, the response came up well. We're not done testing. There's actually a bigger brother to these, AHD5000. I've got some of those on order. I'll do a test on those at some point. But right now these guys are on top of the pack with the Ultrasone HFI 680s as my second choice. These are in the under $300 range. These are in the under $200 range. And my third choice at this point is the Shure 840s. Hopefully more to come. I'm not done testing, but I am narrowing the pack down, and these guys, these three I'd say are the top of the heap of live sound headphones that I've found so far. And I'm going to say bye-bye to my trusty Sony MDR CD3000s I've had for 15 years or so, and I'm going to rock me both of these. All right.